Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Capsule Cast. I am your host for today, Anthony, followed with my co-host, Destiny,
Hello.
and our very, very special guest for this Week 15 end of the main season Capsule Cast, the coach of Derp and the tier list maker, Fiora.
Triple dipping for the Capsule casts this year.
We love having head coaches on.
This is my third time here.
Hey, and we appreciate it. We like the energy you bring. How are you guys' days been? Pretty good? Pretty good all around?
Been okay.
Well, pretty decent. Catching up on my backlog of watch later videos.
Nice. Always a productive time. So I know that Fiora is very excited for today, and I know he wants to get to his match. So why don't we move on to match one, guys? You ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
All right. Match one, we have Derp versus GT, 6-9 Derp, 7-8 GT. And you know what? I'm not even gonna take the thunder away from Fiora. He knows this match like the back of his hand. I already know, because some exciting things happened in this match that I'm sure he wants to talk about. So Fiora, give us the breakdown on this one.
All right. So, match started off with Goku versus Supreme Kai. It was pretty even at the start, although GT Goku did ultimately beat him. And then Salza, the Frenchman himself, the least assuming member of my squad, just comes in and decides to bend over GT and just get that elite. The man had vehement flashbacks to Goten from our division against Rugrats a few weeks ago, and he wanted to take out that anger. He was just furious. He wanted a big prize after something like that. And GT, I am sorry, I could not control this man.
I mean, hey, everybody's got to get their elite, and I appreciate the hustle that you guys pulled in. Everyone that was in doing 40K, and then Salza going 101K. And GT, even though it's the last, week, and they're confirmed, there are no slouches either. Like, I was surprised how good GT Goku did. He did over 50K. So, obviously, Grandpa Gohan, he was a star in a couple weeks, but TNAI, which he's on, is pretty fickle that way. So sometimes you'll get like a 50K, sometimes you'll get a 14K like this week. Not taking anything away from Derp. They are a solid team that can make some noise in the playoffs. Destiny, how are you feeling about these teams in general? Just your thoughts. Or this match.
Well, this match I kind of just zoned out a little bit on because I was middle doing stuff, but I did get to see Salza do his elite performance. And, pretty nice. Well done on the guy. He's been having kind of a rough season, I think. And just, for the final week to pull all the stops, say that, hey, I can reach this 100K mark just like some other good characters. So.
It's not just Hercule and Dodoria. Salza has always been a solid member of Derp. And as the coach of Derp, Fiora, I do have a question.
Say otherwise.
Well, I think he's solid, but I'll ask this. How does it feel to get into playoffs and with the same win rate or one win higher than you did last season? And, some people may have doubted and thought like, oh, Derp's a flash in the pan. They need Vegito to get anywhere. But how do you feel about this season, proving those guys wrong?
So my team's win record is the same as last year. Although, obviously, as you mentioned, we didn't have Vegito. I didn't even use the VFA we had because I couldn't get Roshi to work. Yeah, and to be honest, I'm pretty proud of that.
It's a nice sentiment, especially for a team in 2020 who was, unfortunately, 1-14. This is like a crazy comeback story. Like, I like how you guys are shaping out. And next season, I think you guys are going to be a major threat.
Yeah, I had a lot of ideas for testing for when or if we get knocked out of playoffs that could help balance things out, because a definite issue that I noticed with my team is having a bad start, because I feel like I focused too hard on min-maxing Kui for melee.
Mm-hmm.
And it just really hurt his overall performance, because he was definitely a weak link of my team, although not the weak link, as you may or may not be surprised to hear.
Mm.
And just as a result of that, my team was often playing catch-up.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, I think that most of my team's wins were games where Kui actually did pretty well.
Yeah, actually, where he took out like a character who he may not have taken out.
Brought it within like half a bar.
Yeah, like a late Piccolo or a Buhan or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like trying to balance out my starter would just really help for the future. Especially with the recent build change that I gave Kui the week before.
Oh,
I don't know how well that would go. Speaking of, I did not take any notes from the Tournament of Power for Kui's build. I was just thinking, okay, maybe he just needs more ki to balance things out.
I mean, great minds think alike. There's no shame in having the same idea. A lot of people do. It's once you get your brain pumping, things just sort of happen. While we're here, I'm not going to keep on this match too much longer. It's more of an external question. Since you were talking about off-season and trading, or off-season testing, how are you thinking about loans? You have any of those thoughts right now, or are you just kind of playing it by ear as the playoffs go? I know some people like to do them a little early. They like to get the conversation rolling. Some people like to wait near the end of off-season. Yeah, any thoughts on that? Loaning all your characters, getting new ones?
I've received some offers from Budokai and Androids. Basically, would go either I loan out Supreme Kai for Cyborg Tao, or I loan out Kai to Budokai. Budokai loans Tao to Androids, and Androids loan out 19 to my team. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tempted to at least try it out. Although, of course, I would leave it to a majority vote of my supporters.
Obviously, and here at Android,
and even then, they might have changed their minds on wanting those offers. Like, if Budokai doesn't want to give up Tao, then just both deals are off the table.
True. We're always happy to help in any way we can. Always happy to loan out guys. Not to stay on this match too long. Do we have any more thoughts on these matches, these two teams, or ready to move on?
I don't think it was mentioned, but Dodoria didn't even have to hit the field. Because it's also going elite.
The 3-man. But, all right. Let's move on to match 2. We have Hybrids versus RW. Hybrids being 11-4, RW being 6-9. This was actually an important match in deciding the fate of North Kai, who makes it in playoffs, who doesn't. And RW taking this win over Hybrids was major, because this cinched their playoffs, basically. Not basically, but it gave them a chance at this point in the stream.
Oh, no,
right?
It basically put it so, potential. It basically
it did guarantee them in. Because they would have had a higher win rate than Bujans.
They did have a higher win record than Bujans. Yeah. For some reason, I thought they were tied.
If they won this, they did, they would have been guaranteed in.
Okay, so they were guaranteed in.
Also, I think you're forgetting an important detail. Or you're just about to get one.
Oh, what a detail?
Certain Vegeta hitting a certain number and getting a certain status.
And Vegeta got elite. That's what he's saying.
He got elite?
Yes.
Did you miss the announcement?
Did I miss the announcement? There was an elite announcement?
Yes. Did you literally?
Hold up.
Did you also literally miss me telling you before the cast that he
got? Oh my God, he got elite.
Yes, barely, but he did.
He barely got elite. What?
Hey, it's
this guy.
Okay. So behind the scenes at from the stats team here. So by the official normal way of doing things, where we just, if there's cutoff, we go with the last frame and round off from that. We decided to give Vegeta a little bit of wiggle room because he was super close, and we know he got cut off because every time we did it the official stats method, we got 99,870, I believe.
That's very close.
But again, he got a decent chunk of cutoff, and we were able to numerically figure out how much that would have affected him. So we kind of finagled things to go elite because in our hearts we know he went elite.
Also, just so people think this is not unfair, or this is unfair or anything, they did also go back and do it for several characters that could have also gotten elite, like Goten.
In cases like Goten, like his cutoff was a lot harder to mathematically figure out, so we just couldn't really, like in good conscience, do that.
At least for right now, Goten's not.
All right. Well, elite or no, this match was kind of a stomp in RW's favor, and Vegeta at the very least doing 99k, at the very least, and Ader just kind of destroying Nam doing 50k. This match
and then Trunks destroyed him.
Trunks did destroy him, but very powerful showing. And I would just like to say this reminds me of old RW, including the M Vegeta League, because this guy was an elite machine last season.
That man got like 3 to 4 elites last season.
Wasn't he number 1 last season? I forget.
Yes, he had like
he was last season. He was actually no late Piccolo.
Late Piccolo? I thought it was End.
And Vegeta was number 1 for the first half, and then it was late Piccolo. Late Piccolo was always like in contention for it though.
Okay, Destiny. I don't want to be that guy. I just looked it up. It's gonna blow your mind, okay?
Is it N Vegeta? Because
late Piccolo
was Perfect Cell.
No, I wish. That season he was 45k. Late Piccolo was 3 with 60k.
Yeah.
He actually would be the top of the league this season. That's crazy. That's how nuts last season was, because number 2 is 62k. That was 13. Number 1, 66k average base and Vegeta.
Not surprised. Anyway.
That was considering letting him start in Super Saiyan 2.
No.
I remember that.
It was for a whole 2 or 3 weeks before they got some significant pickups.
They got a significant pickup that didn't lower this any, and they also got an FA. That was a good.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about old RW. This is current RW.
Current RW just made it into playoffs with this match, and I don't think this is reflective of Hybrids. Obviously, is their main fighting force going into playoffs. They're gonna have Ultimate Gohan. Nam is probably gonna get FA benched. Maybe Kid Gohan gets FA benched. Either or. They're taking out a weak member and bringing in a super strong member. They're always gonna have Team Gohan. So
funny enough, we'll get to it later, but neither of them are their weakest.
Oh yeah.
We'll get to it later.
We'll get to that. In my heart, they are.
in your heart, they are, because they're like the 2 minus 2 characters. That's
yeah. They are the frailer ones. But yeah, both these teams. I personally think Muscle or ED are gonna take North Kai, but RW, if they did, I wouldn't be shocked. And Hybrids, I think, are gonna take West Kai. What are your guys' thoughts on these teams? Either of you want to jump in on how you feel about their playoff chances? I'm kind of curious.
Thanks for a lot of confidence on West Kai.
Yeah, I was a West Kai guy. How do you feel about Hybrids and your chance against them?
Terrified. Because, yes, RW did beat them pretty convincingly. This was their worst possible lineup by a country mile. Ultimate Gohan wasn't in. Teen Gohan wasn't in. And they were most, if not all of them, I don't remember the exact specifics, were on test builds.
I think Trunks, was one of the only ones not on a test build. Or even if he was, it's still similar to his build, so you could have just said, okay. They did stuff like Aura change again. So
let's not forget, they still have Ultimate Gohan, who's a top 10 member of the league. We
Oh
still
yeah,
have Teen Gohan, another top 10 member of the league. The Teen Gohan, who at any point at half health or less could just go Super Saiyan 2 and delete a
I
character.
know Kid Gohan has only been in for a short amount of time, but they have 3 Gohans in top 10.
actually, yeah.
They have
No,
Ult, they have Kid, and they have
Kid isn't in top 10
No
anymore.
way
he's
is
not.
Kid
He
in the
got,
top
he
10
got,
after
he
this
got.
week.
Oh,
No, Kid got knocked
I'm
out.
thinking of the list before this week. You know, just
Yeah,
don't mind me. I
yeah.
didn't want to be.
Teen is 5 and Ult is 3. Because Gotenks doesn't count. We don't count Gotenks.
Also, Gotenks was really
Gosh,
only in
but
1 week.
he was only in 1 week. Maybe if you put him in more, we would count him.
Where's the
Well,
Maybe.
he was in more. It's just the weeks he was in, Goten died too quick to feud. So
He died too quick and used his blast off, so technically he could have been in more than 1 week.
Yeah, technically. They tried their hardest to get him in.
I'll still never understand why he started with one of his fusion pieces. Like, I get the idea, but come on.
Well, usually, to be fair.
Okay, we're super off topic with Goten.
Yes.
Let's say that for the Rugrats match.
Yes. Hybrids, they're very strong. Be aware.
They're very strong. They basically only lost because they wanted to lose.
Basically. They wanted that extra zenny. They didn't want to get talked about getting nerfed like Fujins did in 2020.
They're still on the threshold of getting looked at. Remember that.
I'll say it on this Capsule Cast. I don't think any teams are getting nerfed that are getting looked at.
Oh no, they always have like a certain set amount of things.
True. I think RW in 2021 is better than all 3 of the teams that are up for looks at right now. That's my opinion, though. I just think they're.
You could also just said RW in 2021 was literally like 3 characters.
All of them were doing good. The only one who didn't do good was Tapion.
No.
Like they had
Tapion
early
was on
Goku
cleanup the
and
entire
Vegeta.
time.
Aider was doing good.
Tapion was on cleanup the entire time.
Exactly. That's why he didn't do good. But the other 4 guys.
But that's not fair to him, though.
No, yeah, that's unfair. You can't say he's not good just because he's on cleanup the entire time.
I said he wasn't doing good, not that he wasn't good. Bro, I picked him up. How do I say he's not good? I spent like 26 zenny. I think he's good.
He's your weak link. He's your weak link this season. You're slandering him.
I don't think you understand. Last season, it was literally 3 people. It was Majub.
Well, 4.
It was Majub. It was Vegeta, and then it was early Goku. That's the reason why
Aider had a 50k average.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when one of the 3 people would not be in.
I don't know. I think you're discrediting my man Aider. That whole team was good.
I'm not saying the whole team's not good. I'm just saying last season it was more those 3 characters. But anyway, off topic. Can we move on?
Yes. Well,
we're kind of on topic. It's RW.
Yeah. Anyway, but
it's not current RW. Can we move on?
This match was fun. Congrats,
it's not much to say when there's an elite performance and one team saying kind of joke.
Rest in pizza, Yajirobe's stats, by the way.
Hey, at least he
couldn't even do 20k.
I mean, at least he didn't die and bring in Majub.
Yeah, he did not ruin
Majub.
Majub might have been. No, I don't think he would have been LVP, but maybe he would have.
No, Majub definitely would not have been after this match. Majub's been one of their best characters this season.
All right, we ready to move on to match number 3?
Yes.
Speaking of Rugrats and Gotenks, they're up next.
They're right here. Match number 3, we have Rugrats.
Off for this match, by the way.
Yes, versus the 2021 champions Royals. Rugrats 7 and 8, Royals 9 and 6, and this was a sort of a kind of a fun tester for Rugrats. I'm trying to remember if Royals did any tests. I don't remember them doing any test builds. Maybe they did. Regardless, they kind of stomped Rugrats, but Rugrats did have UDW go 10, so kind of maybe a hollowish victory. But
I mean, you saw how hard he was hitting. He was melting Tambourine.
Listen, he hit hard, but that boy went way hard too. Trunks didn't really do much either. But he was fighting Majin Vegeta at the end, so no shade on him. kind of hard. I'm gonna be honest, guys. For me personally, it's kind of hard to talk about Week 15 for half of them that aren't North Kai, because to be
Or
honest, a
South
lot of
Kai.
them, or South Kai, a lot of them didn't really have any stakes. It was kind of like we're testing stuff or we're just having fun. You know what I
Well,
mean?
Well, the only stakes really is just placement in for next season,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which we'll
That
get
is
to.
true.
Which we'll get to later.
We we will.
We'll get to later after we
Um,
finish it all.
Before I just want to say my thoughts on these teams. I think Royals, while I do favor Cold, Royals have a really good shot of taking them in a 5-man. And Rugrats, I don't favor them going against hybrids. And that's if they beat Derp. Derp and Rugrats is like a 50-50 and like a 25-75 for hybrids Rugrats. So that's just my
Also,
thought.
you have to kind of remember. You may favor Cold in the 5-man, but Royals did beat them in the 4-man without one of their stronger characters. So
That's true. I take divisionals a little differently because of boosts and such like that. That kind of
I mean, yeah, it was
changes a
still,
lot. I understand though. Yeah, that is a fair assessment. That is fair.
alright.
Derp, you are in West Kai with Rugrats, and they are literally your next match. What are your thoughts on these guys? You figured them
Not
out.
this
You
week, man. We
downloaded
got-
their techniques?
Yeah, Goten's performance from the divisional still has me reeling and really doubtful of my team's chances of winning.
Really?
You saw what he did to my team.
That's fair, but your team's a little different this time. You got new Kui, and I never discount Hercule, to be honest. Regardless, you won that muscle match. You were third place last season because of Hercule. So
True, but Herc has been a bit on the weaker side this season. I say a bit. He's still 40k
But
average,
you
but
also never know. It is playoffs. We've seen
5-mans
people
are
who
weird.
We have
Yeah.
seen people in main season who are weak just dominating playoffs. Roshi being one of them.
To give some credence to Rugrats, though, El Jr.'s looking nice. He's looking good. Gotta shout that guy out.
never forget last year for the bronze medal, it was Kui that gave my team the win against Earth Defenders.
That was a funny.
Out of nowhere.
That was a funny third place match, though.
Any chaos can happen in these 5-mans. You never know, to be fair, like you said.
Okay. Destiny.
I thought. Well,
sorry.
I'd like to give them Royals.
I was gonna talk about Royals. I was gonna ask Destiny about Royals. What are your thoughts on Metacooler or something like Slug? I know you don't like one of those guys, and you love the other one. Why don't you talk about your thoughts on them and potentials for next season?
Metacooler can definitely be better than Slug, but that's just me.
Oh, I'm talking about for
It
your
is better than Slug.
potential loans for your team is what I'm getting at.
They're not happening next season.
Well, just in the future, would they fit?
Yes, one of them.
One of them. I think both will fit.
I don't think you. I don't know. I don't think you understand. I don't like Slug, and while he does well, just don't like seeing him in there. Also, I'm colorblind, so kind of, hurts.
That's racist. That's racist.
That's not racist. It hurts me watching him.
It's racist. It hurts you to see him. Do you cross the other street when he walks?
No, like it actually hurts my eyes. Like I want to watch him, see his performances, but it hurts because I can't see him.
You must hate Namek.
Isn't he mostly covered in his banana suit, though?
Well, I'm colorblind to red and
It's just
green, so there's a lot of places on his clothes that I can't see as well. But anyway,
Hey, Destiny just hates green people. Well, that's why that's why.
okay. Apparently,
if it physically hurts him to see green, I don't think it's fair to say he's just racist.
I just think it's kind of insensitive. You can't take a little pain, the suffering they have incurred for being green,
How do you
Kinda-
think? How do you think I watch Namek to know if people won or not? How do you think I try to watch Royals to think if Royals won or not?
We're gonna have a talk about this in HR Destiny,
All
but
right, we're gonna have to have. Okay, man. Anyway, I guess you don't get this any other place in Capsule Cast. I guess.
Listen, we're
Off topic. New topic.
this is only Fiora cast. I swear to God, it's only when Fiora's on. It's the most nonsensical.
Or if X-Man had happier.
Or if
Damn, his thoughts on Slug anything real than this. Don't bring me into this.
Yeah,
No.
to where you asked me a question, so yeah, he kind of didn't have anything to do with this. But anyway, can we move on?
Alright, so we're moving on. Match number 4.
Oh, speaking of,
Speaking of Namek.
weird how things turn.
Well, don't worry, Dusty's gonna be happy because they lost this match. Namek versus ED. This match was important for ED.
I'm not happy that they lost this match. I kind of wanted to see Namek do well, but I also wanted to see ED do well, so I'm indecisive.
Glad you can hide your biases.
But
ED won. ED got the bye from this, I'm pretty sure. King Piccolo.
Muscle has to buy.
Oh, Muscle still does? Okay. Sorry, that just my brain's on Mars right now. King Piccolo was GOAT King Piccolo. Nail was pretty good. Actually, didn't like Nuova and Late did bad or earlier?
Nuova was on an Attack 2 build, and Early's not in this one.
That makes sense. I can barely tell. We need those new costumes ASAP.
Early was on an Attack 2 build. Late Piccolo was on a Super 2 build, and Late Piccolo actually did decently well. I guess he spanned Light Grenade.
I just remember GOAT Piccolo. Light Grenade's so busted. Sorry, tangent, but I just remember
a single
Piccolo.
one.
Oh, he didn't fire a single one?
Nope, just one special beam cannon. Maybe two.
I mean, did it hit?
Well, it still doesn't defeat the purpose. Light Grenade's busted. That's why Late Piccolo is a top 10 character.
Did he hit with the special beam?
Yes, because was it Nova that threw? It was either Nova or King Piccolo that threw Tien, and then he fired and hit the beam because of that.
Oh,
some nice teamwork from Namek.
That was so hyped during the watch party. Okay. Namek had solid teamwork. They were doing test builds, so it kind of helped ED stay alive.
Yeah.
So ED versus RW is going to be... We'll get to that, but that's going to be interesting, I think.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I guess you already revealed what North Kai is.
Our observant viewers will know.
I mean, the viewers that watch the stream will know.
Yes.
Come on, this is coming out after those episodes get released. So is this really that much of a spoiler?
I mean, no, but also like still yes.
I'll spoil the last episode of Game of Thrones. Don't test me. I'll do it right now.
You better not.
Not
even watch Game of Thrones, and that's just no. Don't do that.
Okay. Thank you, Destiny. Rein me in. I'm wild tonight. It's week 15.
Yes, you are.
Namek's in the testing dungeon. I see some of their tests. They're just doing AI versus AI testing. They're starting from ground floor. I don't blame them. This season was kind of rough.
Yep.
And ED
still got a 6-9 record.
Hey man, I got eliminated with a 6-9 record too. I relate. I relate.
But you don't feel it anywhere near as bad as a certain team.
I was at South Guy with 6-9. That's how gross last season was. But
Alright.
Yes, but they're in the testing dungeon, and ED, personally, I think, has a very good shot of making it out of North Kai. Will they be Muscle? I don't know. Muscle's highs are, I think, a little higher than ED, but ED might be more consistent than Muscle. So,
but as we said, the playoffs are different grounds. For all we know, they could be out by RW.
True.
Anything can happen in North Kai. Let's be real. That guy is way too close.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen in playoffs. RW lost all 3 divisionals and has now made it. So.
And they made it still. That's how freaky we were getting.
Kaiju did the same thing in 2020. Funny enough. Actually, no, they won all 3. Never mind.
They destroyed 2021.
All right. Anyway,
Let's go to the next match. We have match 5, which I know Destiny's excited about. We'll try to make it through. We'll try to make it through. We have Team Cinema, put respect on the name, versus Team Bujins, put respect on the name. 8 and 7 Cinema, 5 and 10 Bujins. This match was scuffed from the start. Destiny, do you want to do play-by-plays, or do we want to?
Icon did well. Janemba did well. Majin Buu in a pool. I will not finish the rest of that sentence.
Majin Buu in a pool brought it back and then some.
No. I didn't finish the rest of that sentence because it was just funny that the 2 males started and the 2 females ended.
It was not a good day for the ladies of cinema.
Exactly.
I'll just say that. And Zangia the GOAT, she just had an off week. Carrying everything on her shoulders is hard. And a pool's a wild card. Maybe if they brought him in earlier, it'd be a different Bujin season. I don't know, though. None of us can know that. All I know is that Bujins beat Cinema, and regardless, by a bar, it was not a stomp.
It was a pool versus Zangaya. They literally had the same amount of health. And
it was very close.
Final destination.
Zangaya missed AB2 twice.
Mm-hmm. I'm afraid to say that regardless, Bujin's winning did not help them. They did not make it.
We'll get to that later.
Oh, I'm just saying. All right.
Hey, the match on the side side is 2 matches away from this. But wait.
I mean, I'm gonna forget about it, but 2 things happened in this match, basically. Okay, Bujin's winning helped them get into playoffs. All they needed was for Muscle to lose, and they get in. But we'll see what happens later. And Cinema was in a dire position from losing, and if Sentai won their next match, which is literally next match, they will get into playoffs. And since Destiny doesn't want to spoil, we won't spoil.
Yes.
Fiora, some of your thoughts about these 2 teams. Some would say that Cinema was at their peak this season. Would you agree?
Talk about the team specifically. I just want to make a few quick comments on the match. For one thing, amazing comeback by Majin Buu and, of all characters, a pool.
True. Babu.
Who knows? Maybe my team will want to test him a lot in the off season. Who knows? And also, I really like how there was. Don't even joke about that.
Pull the new Hercule.
I really like how because Bujins won, it kept the drama of the rest of the week intact. Because a lot was riding on this match. Like, if Bujins lost, it would have just locked in all the Kais at that point.
Yeah.
Because, Bujins would be... Would they be out? Or...
And they would be. And Cinema would be in.
Because I don't remember if they won or lost against Muscle, and Muscle's match didn't happen yet.
No. They won versus Muscle. It's just because of their record. If they lost this match, they were just confirmed out.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, if they lost, they would have been out because they would have had a lower record than even Muscle.
No, they would have had a lower record than everyone in North Kai.
Because they were already a win down going in. They just needed time.
Yeah. And then Cinema would have been 2 wins above Sentai, which would mean Sentai's match would be meaningless.
Yes.
Yep.
And we'd also have it
would also make Muscle's match meaningless if Bujins lost.
Actually, no. Because if I won and Kaiju won, Kaiju would still have home field advantage or home field for the first and third match of playoffs.
Maps don't matter. As a water map user, I can tell you that.
They do. Did you see
As a
what
water
happened
map
during my
user, I
divisional?
can tell you.
I don't know. Getting 2 out of 3 night maps sounds like a pretty big deal for Kaiju.
Hey, easy plan. Just beat them before they go 8. Easy. Just take them out.
Yeah. That's easier said than done, though. You never know how characters will act.
I just yell at my guys. I say, get it done. They get it done.
Anyway.
So to get to my thoughts on the teams here, Bujins, this was just a really off season for them. Like,
Ain't that the truth?
It's like all their gears were in the wrong spots because like nothing was clicking. Like Kid Buu refused to ever ult or really land any V2s. Spopovich, just by nature being a melee character, was all over the place. Same with Super Buu. Majin Buu was, I think, their best character. But correct me if I'm wrong on that.
I think Buhan caught up, but yeah, basically Majin Buu for a bit there.
And even Evil Boo is struggling. This year was just not kind of Bujin's at all. And some recent drama also came up on Bujin's end regarding one of their supporters.
I don't know anything about that. We'll start the gossip cast.
I'll just stop. I'll just leave it at that. It's just a bad year for Bujin's.
Bad year.
Yeah,
get him next year.
I'm Zero Dark
also, by the way, Kai's, remember that Kai's for next season are decided, so we'll get to that later. Just remember that.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. As for cinema, did they peak? Honestly, I don't think that's a really proper term for it because, like, theoretically, any team could or couldn't peak, no matter how good their or bad their performance is.
You wouldn't argue that based off characters? Because if you look at that list, if Zangia wasn't in, Janemba would have been in. And that's a Raging Blast 2 creative team right there. That's what I would have used on our Raging Blast 2. Pycon, Janemba, Fasha, Broly, Gogeta. That's a crazy list.
I feel like Cinema's just had a overall good season. Just I'm curious, what are your thoughts on the Broly Garlic loan? Let's transition over to you.
Mine or Destiny's?
Destiny, he's the coach.
Hey, I'm not the coach.
Well, you're the cinema boy here.
I'm just apparently more people consider me as the coach of cinema because I'm more around, I guess.
You are in the VCs.
Anyway,
we yell at you about your build.
Yeah, you do yell at me about my builds and yell at me about matches. Anyway, I thought the loan was gonna be fine, and then we never put Broly on a build that I actually thought he would work well on. So, we put Broly on a build that worked decently fine. It's just it was missing a few pieces, aka healing.
Okay. So you're thinking maybe it was a missed opportunity for Broly, or do you think he performed adequately?
Yes, and now we're not going to get him again for 3 seasons.
Dang. Well,
Ouch.
I would like to refer to you as the COO of cinema, while Snuffy is the CEO, you see. While she tells you what to do, you get it done, all right? And you put your heart and soul into what you do. And Destiny, everyone is proud. You know what? Maybe in your eyes, Broly was a disappointment. I thought Broly was fine. Personally,
out of the average.
I can just tell you right after this week, it was under 40K.
Maybe I'm weird, but in terms of the big three of muscle, 13, Trunks, and Broly, I think Broly's the weakest one out of those three. That's how crazy I am. But I don't know.
Oh, he has Trap Shooter. He's basically the weakest link by design.
Yeah, it just kind of
you say that, and then Broly transforms and then is like the best character out of all of them, in my opinion.
I don't think so either.
No. I think Big 13's way better.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you just can't convince me that Big 13 is better. I think
That's
Big 13
fair.
is second.
I
just think Big Broly is better.
That's fair. We all have our opinions. I agree with you, Fiora. Seen some menace, and we'll get to him later. Because he showed how much of a menace he is this week. That was insane. But, yeah, man, this match was wild. Bujin's in cinema. Oh, sorry, spoilers, but they're in the testing dungeons. And I hope to see some innovative things. A lot of Patara changes occurred.
Also, for Broly to be under 40K, and we had the Lone Garlic and give Zenny for them, so we lost being the the same amount of Zenny as Kaiju, and we lost our
Hey,
actual
Pycon did
FA we
okay.
wanted.
Pycon did it. Pycon did better than who you wanted, Tavion, so I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that.
Well,
I'm not saying it was bad.
Don't bring it up, Fiora. Let it. I know what you're gonna say.
Okay.
Let it go.
Just say it. I do
Let-
dislike when people do that.
I was going to say, to be fair, if Tapion was on your team, you could have built him differently than androids did.
Oh, I thought
Because,
you
you
were
know,
gonna say he
yeah.
didn't
He
have
would
to
just
come in as much.
slot. I would,
That is true.
because as we learned with royals and their loans, if you
True.
just put a character on a different team, that team's requirements can completely change up how that character builds and plays.
That is true.
King Vegeta hit way different this season. That's true. That's true.
That is true.
Like
All right.
any character that royals loan goes nuts.
Is definitely a true one, but I also think
Uh-huh.
this match was not fun because considering we had our divisional that we barely won right before this week, we had to bench our on paper weakest member. On paper.
Yeah.
And we had to bench on paper either our strongest or second strongest member, because people would argue Fasha is better, even though it's probably just only her AI that would make her better.
Hey. Maybe next year you two can hop right back into it. You got way more testing time than the rest of us, so good luck.
I still have to. Actually, no, that's spoilers. No.
By the way, since it's been spoiled, this is what I was hinting at earlier. A team with a way better than 6-9 not making playoffs.
Yeah, I don't. South Kai, don't talk to me. I hated being in South Kai, honestly. It was not fun. There were a lot of times where I
If
was
you were in any other Kai, you would at least make playoffs, if not be the number one of your Kai.
And
when I had 3 losses, I was sweating.
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
and you know, we'll get to another thing about that later, but you know.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
ready to move on to the next match. Another South Kai performance. Next match.
Little bit of a spoiler, but it doesn't matter for this one. All 3 of the next matches have a South Kai team in them. Just remember that the later half of this week was all South Kai.
Yeah, it was kind of. I liked it.
Anyway.
All right. Next up, we had the Sentai Squad versus Team Budokai. Now, going into this match, Budokai was already eliminated. They were 4-10. Now they're 4-11. And Sentai had everything to win and everything to lose, I guess. Or, yeah.
Everything to gain, everything to lose.
Yeah, that's it. And Sentai, with the Birder buffs, the Jiren recapture, or Jiren gain, they didn't really lose them. They have finally made playoffs and with a positive record, beating Budokai, showing them who's boss. Even with Merc Tao throwing, basically giving Kid Ku some major stats. They almost didn't lose a character. It was pretty nuts, honestly, how they kind of went through Budokai. And, you know, as a South Kai team, I would just like to say, you know, I talk a big game. Personally, on a personal level, I'm not that worried about Sentai. On a professional level, Birder's kind of scary. Jiren's kind of scary. That's where I'll end it. You know, that's just me, though.
You should have said your professional one first at that point.
I just like to, you know, talk about me. I'm lost today. That's okay. It's been a long day. It's been a long night.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
fair.
I can tell you're kind of taxed.
That is fair.
It's a long day of the job. Anyway, Budokai, they're in the testing dungeon. They were testing basically for a while now in their heads, and now they can actually do it. And they have some crazy builds, so join the Discord to look at those tests and the builds. Or check the testing channel if you want no context, I guess. Sometimes those videos get hella views. I don't know. Fiora and Destiny. Tell me about this match, or Sentai as a team, or Budokai. What do you think they should do better? Whatever.
Yeah, you are just mentally out of it,
Take
dude.
the reins. Take the reins.
Okay, so Sentai and Budokai. On one hand, I'm really happy for Sentai finally being able to make it to playoffs because if they lost or Sentai won this week, this would have been their third season in a row not being able to make playoffs.
I felt bad when I beat them in divisionals. It was terrible.
And especially with a record like that stings all the worse. By the way, once again, rest in peace, Cinema, because you're in that exact situation now.
No, we did. We made it to playoffs in 2020 because of you know why.
Well, you're still not making it 2 seasons in a row, and
Yeah,
you
that was
and you didn't
everybody's
make playoffs with a
thought.
really good record too.
That is
Yeah.
true. We also didn't make it far in playoffs in 2020 anyway. So
Continuing on with
Continuing.
Sentai, the topic of this little section. I don't have much confidence that they'll make it far into playoffs, though. Don't get me wrong. Berter and Jiren, they've been nuts. Saiyaman, at least for the first half of the season, insane.
Yeah.
But they have a tough juggling act because Saiyawoman, Jace, and Merc Tao, they have all been suboptimal this entire season.
They got 3 strong, 3 weak links. Not a fun thing to do.
And it doesn't help that they're up against Kaiju, who has the home map advantage, when they have Sailwoman.
Yeah, and their only weak link is Turles at this point, so kind of tough. But personally, I could see Jiren carrying them through Kaiju if he pops off in a 5-man.
Can it? Good question. Does his ball B2 work on giants?
yes,
Or does it not because it's a cutscene?
yes,
It does.
Oh.
it works.
It's gross. Jiren's kind of a
Okay, I
gross
wasn't-
character.
Just like how cutscene like ultimates can work, or that
You
aren't
know what
that aren't rushes. Cutscene
You know what I do hope to
B2s
see?
also work like that.
I hope we
I
see
wasn't
shirtless
sure.
Jiren. That's my favorite.
For Budokai, I honestly don't know what to say about them. They just haven't had a very successful season. Hey, I'm still interested in that loan offer, by the way, that I mentioned earlier.
We're interested too.
Although I'm not so sure on how the rest of my team feels or how Budokai feels. So, but no way predicting how that'll go. And regarding the match itself, I was kind of expecting Sentai to win, regardless, because Budokai was on major test mode. Like,
Yeah.
They were really experimental, especially with 18. Like, excuse me, what? 18 not on a key or super loop or Tara? What is this?
I'm gonna stop you right there for one reason. You say that, and I look at the boost or change on Jiren, ultimate +1 on a different character that doesn't normally ult. I think Sentai was expecting this match to be meaningless. I could be wrong.
As I look at these stats though, 18, 44K, she did the second best on her team with base Vegito, who they did pay a lot of money for. And honestly, he's
season because they have the lowest record. They can outbid anyone.
True, they can do it again.
Unless some Zenny changes hands, I don't know.
Hey, maybe you never know.
Some Zenny might change hands.
Vegito has 64K, so he's been their dark horse. He's been keeping them alive. Unfortunately, he's not been able to keep up with Yamcha and Cyborg Tao and Vidal. Like, even 18 underperformed at times. It was not a good season for them.
Yamcha underperformed so much he wasn't even in for most of the season anymore.
Yeah, they stopped using that guy. Well, Budokai will get better. They have all 3 Gokus now, basically. They're going to get them all back. And
return of team. Well, the sad thing about that is they can't test half their lineup because they're on other teams.
But
they're probably hoping RW and ED get knocked out quick.
But at least, I mean, both of them are North guys, so at minimum, they will have a Goku.
A singular
few- in the-
Goku
they-
will
in-
arrive.
At minimum, they'll have another Goku in like 2 weeks
And honestly, if I'm them,
or
I
3
will want
weeks.
Goku personally right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Just me though. I like him a
Anyway.
little more. Yeah. I said all I said about this match and these teams. Good luck to both of them. Hope you do your thing.
Guys, I guess they at least Sentai can make it farther. I feel like for Kaiju they'd want Jace though, because he's a lot less rush reliant than
He is a nice
Say-
V2er
say a
for
woman.
apes.
He matches up way better against Giants than Say a Woman does.
Yeah. Yes,
And he's been
Crusher's ball.
And his average is higher than hers too. But like, obviously
Yeah.
we can't know what's going on in Sentai sets, but outside looking in, it makes the most sense for Jace to be in for that matchup.
outside looking in, but we have no inside knowledge.
I agree.
Anyway, moving on.
I'm ready to go to one of my favorite matches of this week. Next match, match 7, we have Team Muscle versus Team Kaiju. Muscle 6-9, Kaiju 9-6. Very funny. Is my favorite match because my boy 13. God, I wanted him in TOP. Couldn't get him. Oh, I want him next season. I wanted him this season. I was denied. One day I will have you, 13, and you will be on my team. Until then, though, you will squash Kaiju in your big form. And you know what else squashed Kaiju? Bojack and Trunks. It was the big
Poor
three.
Raccoon, though.
Yeah,
Poor Raccoon. Dude,
Raccoon.
let's have a small memorial service for Raccoon this entire season. Because this entire season, he's been either on cleanup duty or destroyed by characters in way higher weight classes than him. This has not been a good season for the guy at all.
Rip Raccoon's entire muscle career, okay? I would feel bad if I'm the one guy on a team with Trunks, Bojack, 13, and Broly. Like, good lord. What am I doing here? Like, you guys are nuts. I'm just Raccoon. I would feel, oh man. Kaiju, I love you guys. I feel like we're going to face you in the playoffs. And, you know,
Well,
what? Huh?
moment of silence real quick.
Oh, yes.
Done. Let's go. Let's continue.
Oh, I literally got a sad violin song.
Nice.
Oh.
I respect that, Destiny. Because Rip Nappa, overtaken, number 2 spot. He is now positioned. Overtaken by the one true king. We'll get to him. Yeah.
I just want to say a couple things.
Yes.
My boy, my man, Turles, doing really well versus 13, and then having it stripped from him. A hope.
Yeah.
Just gone as soon as, and it wasn't even like 13 played with him a little bit. No, as soon as 13 hit the 3-bar on the Blastock, it transformed.
I'm transforming. Explosive wave. Tag. I'm done.
And then come back in, do 3B2s and murder Kaiju.
Murder Nappa. Came in, headbutted naked adult Gohan. He tags, and then Raccoon comes in and ruins his stats. So that's how that went down. Half a bar of adult Gohan.
13 was salty, he couldn't get an elite, so he thought he'd ruin a teammate's stats to make up for it.
Also,
13 is not a team player.
No.
Also, with Kaiju losing and Muscle winning, Muscle has the bye week. I don't get to test Garlic for at least a month.
Yeah, wait your turn, buddy. I don't get to post builds at all until at least a month. So
Maybe you shouldn't have done so well. Maybe, I don't know.
it's kind of hard, bro, when you got the goat on the team.
I mean, I did well, and I still didn't make it.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
Actually, you know what?
if
I'm
we could
keeping this
get,
song on.
Hey, that just means you get to sympathize with Budokai even more.
if I could give you Cell, bro, I would. I'd do it too. I'd let you have him. Give us Gogeta. Okay.
Oh. You want him because he's broken. Or at least you
Yeah,
get words because he's broken.
yeah, I do.
Anyway, speaking of androids, can we move on?
Yeah, let's go on to my
Hold up,
action.
hold up. I didn't even get to give but beyond Raccoon, I didn't get to give at least
Yeah.
a
Oh,
major
yeah,
thought I
yeah,
had
yeah,
for
yeah.
this match.
Give us your
Sorry,
thoughts,
sorry.
brother. Give us your thoughts.
So rest in pepperoni, Nappa's stats, and Raccoon's. Both of the big muscly boys, the naturally muscly boys of both teams got screwed over this week. And also, if you ever wonder why the muscle forms got their blast stock cost increased, if you ever wonder why 13 is banned from high tension, this is
Or
why.
if you ever wonder why he's banned from EL, I guess, other than the fact that he also heals from his transformation.
I thought I heard
Uh,
somewhere that in the
uh,
old league, his build used to be high tension in EL.
No, yeah, exactly.
That was it.
That was it.
I don't think I don't think he was ever allowed EL because I think they established pretty early on no EL on a character that heals.
Oh no, there was a certain point. There was a certain point
Oh,
where
really?
his thing was high tension EL, and that must have been very early in the league, but still.
That would have been ruinous.
And if you wonder why I think Big 13 is the best muscle form, here's an example.
Yeah. I might steal that for 17. High tension EL. Oh. That's it.
Yeah, there's no blue Mortars. That's all he needs. High tension EL.
Honestly, we'll get into 17. I was shocked. Anyway.
All good.
Oh, do you want to talk about? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Fiora, did you get your thoughts out on Kaiju or feeling good?
Just honestly, because of just how poorly. Actually, I do want to say this. Did you notice every North Kai team won this week? They knew how dire the circumstances were. They knew their Kai was a chaotic clusterfuck. And they knew they had to win to stand a chance.
Also, I wanted Sentai.
Also, actually, one more thing. Because of Muscle winning, of course, Bujin's out. But Bujin's would have made it if Muscle lost this match. Muscle was either going to be top of North Kai or bottom.
What a match.
It doesn't get more dire than that. Literally top of the division, or you are out, depending on one match.
But you know,
but like I said earlier, Bujin's winning kept the drama alive.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't get garlic for a month. They don't get Broly for a month. It works out.
They don't. They really don't.
They don't even test for a month. They're not even.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna chill. They're gonna sit on their laurels.
Alright.
Are we ready, boys? Last but not least, the closest, most exhilarating matches with the most pure builds. Okay, at least from androids, all right?
You say closest.
Cinema and
Bujins
were about as close.
No, you say this one's closest. I think mine was closer.
Was it?
Yes, because it was literally a bar on the same character.
I seen Cell.
Both games ended with just the last two characters on a bar each, I think.
And
I seen 17.
Am I misremembering?
Yeah, 17
got KO'd.
Yeah, it was 17
So
versus
King.
Yeah,
1v1, both down to the last bar. These two matches were the closest this week.
Yep.
And funny enough, they were both South Kai versus another team.
This match, I talked to X-Matt. I wanted to map change the spaceship. I wasn't allowed to. It's not part of our map change list. I weeped. So, we had to bring in Big 19.
That map is awful. I can say from experience.
I love it. I hate it, but I love map swapping, and I wanted to do it there just to give them a little home court advantage.
Why didn't you go for Muscle Tower then? Kill the snowman in the process.
Muscle Tower? Nah. I won in 19. Yeah, Super 2. He lost. He only did like 20K to Zarban.
25. Zarbon had EL.
Hey, okay. 17 with Key +1 and Ultimate +1, which he was basically on a 5-point bill. But Key +1 doing 88K. What a guy, dude. Hitting all his B2s. I'm so proud of him. Super 2, he doesn't need it. Cell with UDW doing 40K. Super 17, we won't talk about him. And,
You didn't put him on Savior, did you?
Why not? Why, Destiny? Why would I lose such luscious water?
If you're going with those type of builds, you gotta put the man on the crown, bro.
There wasn't enough room. Destiny.
Then make room.
EL, it's so big.
Then
I can't
make
fit
room. Then
anymore.
make the
I
room.
can't
Listen,
fit
just
anymore.
just do the illegal boosting. That's all you had to do. Just boost with no Zeti.
You could have not put 19 in.
That's Stop.
You
That
could have
was.
not put
He has a
19
point. He has a point.
Whoa.
You could
19 didn't do much for you
you could've
anyway.
not
You
put
would have been
19.
off without him.
Now, will I agree that Jiro would have eluded? Yes, but obviously
What?
we don't have Jiro, so we had to go
Where
with the
was
second.
Jiro in this conversation?
What? We were talking about keeping who was supposed to be in 16 or Tapion.
16 had to be benched this week.
Tapion was at
Why did you could have just kept Tapion in? I'm pretty sure he would have done better than 19.
Well,
We
you know what,
could have
like-
maybe seen Harudegarn for your last hurrah.
We're gonna see him in playoffs in the bowl when we win.
I don't know. He's only gotten Harudegarn like twice this season.
In a 5-man though,
But it's maybe.
What was that? You got me off track. I was talking about Jiro, my favorite character. Jiro would have
We
eluded.
weren't even talking about Jiro. Anyway.
You're the one who brought him up out of nowhere.
Because I love him. You don't understand, dude.
Could
I
have
love
just
my
you
heart
could
for
just
that man.
kept 19 on the
Now,
bench.
viewers at home, it's pretty clear that Anthony's brain has been fried.
Bro, I've been Jiro pilled. You're not even right. We had these new
You've
Patars
been
that helped me
off
won.
this entire cast.
But I will.
That's why I say that.
Fiora, I will say he's been on the Jiro pill this entire season.
No. I'm saying like this entire cast.
You mean
He's
this
been
cast?
off.
I'm super gone.
Oh no, yeah, but he was talking about the Jiro pill. He's been on that the entire season. It's no news to people who've watched.
Anyway, my team lost. All right, I have to talk about Jiro, so I don't feel the L.
Why bring him up? He's not in this conversation at all.
You could have just picked up Jiro instead of GT.
Okay, stop. You're not understanding the complexities of loans right now. Jiro is a stock market piece. All right, I'm playing.
So Jiro is basically peel off for GT.
Dude, I'm on the Robinhood app. You guys are still playing checkers. All right, you gotta get to my level. You're not there yet.
Oh no, he's obviously playing on a checkerboard.
Playing chess on a checkerboard.
Okay, can we get on topic, please?
Yes. There's not much to talk about. Androids did meme builds. Cold kinda did, and it was a fun match. It was very close, shockingly, honestly. And I quite enjoyed both teams' performances, especially 17. I was honestly super shocked he did that well in a 5-point build. Super 17, I'm pretty disappointed in. I think they're happy with King Cold, and in playoffs, they're going to be a rough team to beat, you know? They're probably my number one enemy in playoffs right now, in my eyes. And, 19, I just want to give him some love. He's never going to get any this season. Not in playoffs, not anywhere. So,
I just got some flashbacks to season 2. You want to know why? Because androids and cold were the top of the league and in the same division.
Well,
they were like 10-2. They were both, I believe, 10-2 in the same division, and they were like had the most dragged out 3-round playoff match because this was back when they were on like First Form Cell and First Form Frieza. And they had those as the starters. It took forever because of that.
Wait till 2023 when we bring it back. You're not ready. Anyway, Man, screw this match. I love Cold. Screw my team. Who cares? We're 11-4. So is Cold. We're good. We're in North, guys.
You're getting
Yeah.
no Zenny. You're getting no F-Phase next season.
I'm getting Cyberman. Metallic Cyberman. You're not ready, dude.
Cyberman.
If Rugrats doesn't pick him up,
my machinations. Don't
And
worry, boys.
if you don't get bid, because you know how Royals like to deal.
If Royals take Cyberman from me,
And
I'll crush them.
Royals will have more Zenny than you.
This is a call out. You can clip this. Fat Happy, coach of Royals. If you take Cyberman away from me, I'll crush you like I do every season. Every time. Don't do it. It won't be good because androids can get toxic. We'll go first for himself. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself.
Alright.
Just to spite Royals.
Alright. Now we're getting off topic. Can we
Okay. We wanted the tier list with the tier maker because I actually really like the tier list at the end, the names of it. You want to go there, Destiny?
I'm already there.
Let's go. That's why you're the best co-host, Destiny. You keep me here. You keep me great.
Hey, I've been trying to keep us on topic whenever we
Yeah. You're
way too far.
You're kind of the one been going off
Destiny's
topic.
here. Destiny's here every week in the trenches with me, bro. He's.
I've been here
Let's
for
go.
years.
Fiora, talk. I almost lost my voice. Talk to me about this tier list, bro. Tell me about the Yakuza that Cell and the Gohans lead. Tell me.
Okay, so first of all, weekly tier list before I go into the big boy tier list. So if you'll notice, Salsa's not an elite tier. He's right below it. You want to know how much he was off by the metric I use?
500.
Yes, he was 99.5K by my metric. The overkill that he got from B2ing GT Goku is what barely elevated him to elite stats, because we didn't mention it when talking about Derp versus GT. He was at 101,500. That little bit of overkill pushed him over, and my method cannot take into account overkill.
Your method did count on Vegeta, though.
By the way, he barely squeaked in. Literally 100K. No more, no less.
I do want to say I love the cool color representation in the 65 to 70K tier. You love to see it. And Krillin and his two android brothers next to him, also love to see it. There's always stories in the tier list. You just gotta find them, you know?
I mean, hey, 17 is Krillin's brother-in-law, and by extension, so is 13, kinda?
He's like the weird uncle, you know? The trucker, he's around.
The uncle that nobody cares about, but always has a weird story.
But when he shows up, he has some sick souvenirs.
How many trucker hats do you think he gives Marin?
Oh, so many. He has one from Hawaii, and people are like, how did you get to Hawaii? You don't ask him.
He could fly!
In the truck? He's gonna pick up the truck and fly with it?
Yes! I could totally see 13 do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Why don't you join Androids? You know so much about Anyway, talk to me about the big tier list.
Okay, yeah, the big boy tier list with, if you can see it, I'm not sure if you can, because, small text. But with the tiers, it's tiers named after characters and factions from the Yakuza series. I've recently gotten into it because through Yakuza 0. I recently beat Kiwami 2. And I gotta say, I just really felt like having these be the tier names. For those of you who don't know, the top tier, Dragon of Dojima, that's a nickname for the main character of the series, Kiryu Kazuma. Obviously, you have your protagonist at number 1. Right below them, Mad Dogs of Shimano, who is Majima, who is a pretty prevalent character in the series, a really popular one, too. Yeah. Basically just being like Kiryu's friendly rival throughout the series.
You have the big rival.
Okay. I've said this before. The reason it's Frieza Soldier and not Jiren is because the tier list I use does not have Jiren, because Jiren's a modded character.
We'll update it. Don't worry. We'll get you a
Somebody's going.
custom icon.
Somebody better update it because I don't know how to do it.
All right, let's go down. We got Lieutenants of
Then you-
Dojima.
Prevalent antagonists from Yakuza 0 and just, basically positions directly below, like, that sort of Dragon of Dojima, captain of the clan sort of status.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Mr. Shakedowns. I see Boo and Hercule next to each other. That's cute.
Some significant mini bosses again in Zero. In case you didn't notice, a lot of Yakuza 0 representation here because that was my starting point. Because it's a prequel.
The Men in Black with the most women. You'll love to see that.
Listen, the Men in Black are some of the tougher random normal enemies in the game, which is why I have them right below Shakedown. I also noticed that they have the most women.
It's very funny. So we got the Yakuza, the baby Yakuza, led by Cell
Just,
Jr.
your standard normal guys.
Yeah. Oh, Cell Jr., Garlic Jr., Kid Buu, it's the baby Yakuza. Then
Supreme Kai. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Nova Riches? It's never pronounced in game.
Oh, these are the rich boys.
Yeah, the really easy to take out money banks that you just steal from.
You can tell that 19 is rich because of his girth. He ate a lot as a child, We have the one goon, Raditz. He is the one goon by himself.
Yeah, the one goon, because he was in for 2 weeks, and one of those weeks was 40K, the other was 10K, so he averaged out to 25K-ish.
We got some civilians. The only two, well, Troy's a human. 3 humans.
People who never stood on the field, aka civilians, they're not going to get involved in this Yakuza political nonsense.
I mean, Pilaf
And
is
the
technically
delinquent.
from Earth, so 4.
4 humans? I mean, animals are
We don't know
on
what
Earth.
Pilaf is.
Animals are from Earth. We don't consider them people. Do we consider Pilaf a person?
But there are animal people in Dragon Ball that were once humans.
I'm not going to get into my animal people Dragon Ball theory.
It's a werewolf.
Okay, it's a little much. It's a little much for this cat.
It's a big man.
Alright, anyway.
And then you have delinquents.
Mora and
then you have, unfortunately, the delinquents, the lowest tier of the normal enemies in the game. Unfortunately. Say a woman, you kind of feel bad for because you only have 3 weeks to show off, and one of them she got destroyed before she could do anything. Deborah, it's always funny to me how poorly Deborah does in the main season compared to testing.
Just not,
Because if you've seen Deborah in testing, holy shit, he consistently, at least when I faced him, took out half my life.
He's like a protagonist in like a romance anime. He's just real awkward when the time comes, Like he's kind of dense in that way. But when it's the off season, ooh, he's like an isekai character. Okay,
No, he's that meme. No, he's not romance protagonist. He's the meme of boss characters being ridiculous when you fight them, but when you have control over them, they're pathetic.
Oh my god, true. JRPG, stand up. I'm ready to go to this next line. I'm loving this next line.
If you want, I can explain the next one.
Yeah, get it.
Go ahead.
Destiny.
Alright, so here we have what will be considered the LVPs, or the least valuable players, for all the teams. And this is not technically in order of team-wise. I just put this here because needed to fit all of these.
Yeah.
But we have androids with Tapion, Rugrats with Cell Jr., Budokai with Cyborg Tao, GT with GT Goku. I put Super Saiyan 4 there because people know him more for Super Saiyan 4 than his kid. So
I don't know. I like GT Kid Goku. He made the series better.
We have
That is a rabbit hole we are not touching today.
That is a rabbit hole that we will not be touching with a 20-foot pole. We have Cinema with Janemba, Cold with Mecha Frieza, Royals with Dabura, Namek with early Piccolo, hybrids with future Gohan, Sentai with Jace, Muscle with
Jay.
Raccoon. I had to put them together.
Oh, that's cute.
ED with Tien, Bujins with Spopovich, Derp with Supreme Kai, Kaiju with Turles, and RW with Yajirobe.
Before we get too crazy, two things. Turles, Raccoon, and Jace look like a dope replacement Sentai squad. That's all I just want to say. The triangle form, immaculate. And Blades are down so bad right now. 5-4? How many Blade characters? 5 Blade characters here?
Tapion, Cyborg Tao,
Tapion, Tao, Janemba,
Yajirobe,
Yajirobe.
Dabura.
Sword Trunks is the only one missing.
Sword Trunks
God
is the only one
damn.
missing.
Even Deborah, he's
Right.
not even a Blade, but damn.
Also, and
He could
by the
be
way,
eligible.
by the way, only one of these is an FA.
Gee, well,
I
Yeah.
say one of these is only as
for
an
all of
FA
you former
agent.
Blade supporters, I give my respectful salute to you. This cannot be a good season for you.
And I will say, surprisingly, some of these were only changed after week 15. Like, Jace would not have been here. Apparently, if not for week 15.
I think Yaj's a 15 change, it would have been 8-er.
Well, it's in announcements. Yaj changed after 15. Royals had Deborah put in for the original one. I can't tell who the original one is. Sentai changed after week 15. And early Piccolo also changed after week 15.
Nice.
Alright, so...
With Deborah, it's understandable. He was like a 20k average at best, even if he had overkill. So
funny
makes
enough,
sense that even if he didn't.
funny enough, they argued for Deborah and got him in, even though I'm pretty sure he did not meet the 5-week minimum requirement.
He did not.
It's all about who can beat the double dunce champion, Raccoon. Who do you think in here has the machismo to
He was
do it?
near the triple dunce, but he made Goldo have a dunce moment.
Supreme Kai might be there. You want some?
Yeah.
I'm also here to give some spoilers.
Yeah, spin
on what his build is going to be.
Yeah, since we're here, why don't we just reveal what we're going to do? Because this will be released after builds are already sent. So we start off with a guest.
Supreme Kai. His portars will be Ki +2, Master Strike, or a Charge Blue, because Burning Abyss really wanted him to be blue, even though he's already got blue Ki.
More blue.
Broken Glow. In other words, Ki +2, attack -1 in most areas, because Master Strike does give a small boost, and Super -4.
What?
Yeah.
What?
We went full on meme build.
Well, Ki +2, Super -1, Broken Glow gives a -1, and Master Strike gives a -2.
Oh, I heard Master Blast.
Yeah.
I did not hear the Master Strike.
Ain't nothing like that.
Actually, wait. I thought Master Strike was just not any attack -1.
No, it's a Super -2, and your throws get half damage. It is truly a terrible Patar.
I mean, yeah.
You should never ever use it unless you are out of quick fast attacks and need a melee portar. Even then, praise your combo master's better for that.
I mean, to be fair, there are people that can actually run Master Strike without much difficulty.
Krillin.
Pasha.
Pasha and Krillin.
Because their
I
suck.
But even then, like, you don't want a Super -2 in addition to half grabs. If you're a melee
Half
character,
grabs
you know?
are
'Cause,
really
like,
what get me.
I mean,
Well,
to be fair, if they
we'll
don't use their B2s much, who cares? Anyway. You want to reveal first, or
What's your
should
build,
I?
Destiny, for Janemba?
You saving your Tapion for last. I get it. So we have attack +2, defense -1.
You there?
Huh? Hello?
You were really quiet there. You didn't. We didn't know if you cut out or something.
Yeah, I most likely did. What was I doing?
I think you cut out again.
What was I doing?
It's a mystery, folks. Don't worry. It'll be all be revealed. Androids, I literally haven't even thought of Tapion's build yet, so I don't know. We'll see.
Hello?
My guess, probably nothing fancy. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, do you know if you're gonna go for like a serious build or a meme build? Okay, Destiny, you
Hello?
were cut off right before you were split. We can hear you. Can you
Hello?
hear us?
I've been
You know
able to
what?
hear you guys. It
Maybe
just
good
happens.
text will do us some good here. That'll work.
Also, hello?
Can
the
Destiny
meantime-
hear us? I can't tell.
Oh. Oh my god.
It's okay.
Serious
Android-
technical difficulties from Destiny's side.
Android's probably gonna do a more serious build just to test something out. Nothing too crazy. Probably gonna be just a Patara change here or there. You know, if he makes it to the dunce category, that would be funny, but I'm not expecting him to. But it'd be
Well,
funny.
that's the thing. Anyone can become the dunce because of the ring
Anyone
outs.
My prediction, though, I'm thinking, maybe
We get the
GT
triple
Goku.
dunce.
Oh, triple
Oh.
dunce is wild. I was thinking GT Goku. I think he might take the crown this one.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. His small stature. I feel like he just gets knocked around a lot, and he'll just for some reason, it'll just happen. But maybe Bopovich might be the one because he's a little bigger. He only outbigged by Radoom. They're both on Muscle ML, so I don't know.
True.
Hello?
Either one of them, like, okay, we can hear you, Destiny.
We
Are
can
you
hear you.
okay?
Read Capsule Cast chat and you know why.
Yes.
What was happening?
LVP.
Yes, we were
was I in the
discussing
beginning reading
LVP
my
and the
build out?
builds.
Yes.
We couldn't hear you read it at all.
Okay, so it's
So just start
attack
from
plus-
there.
So of course it's Janemba, of course. Attack +2, defense -1. Just make sure you guys heard that. Let me know if I cut out.
Okay, we are hearing you.
All right.
I'm all in.
So just
So you heard the
keep
blue.
talking, and we'll let you know if we cut out.
Did you?
Yes, we heard the blue.
Unleash latent power 2. Quick
Did he?
fast attack, light body, and combo master
Yup. Okay.
with Ginyu AI.
Okay.
All right.
Those
Can
are
we end this cast
interesting.
before my computer blows up?
We gotta get through
we
predictions.
still have-
Oh,
I-
we
I-
have predictions
I
next.
know, but can we like speed, please?
Oh,
Okay,
don't
we'll let
listen. Folks, I'm calibrated into the Matrix, okay? So I know the winners of everyone here.
No,
We can
no, you
get through Fiora. I do. I'm locked in, bro. I'm locked in.
Okay, let's just make this really quick, okay?
Also,
give us your
still have like a
floor.
little thing
Next
to
one,
explain
okay.
after this. So
Okay, ED versus RW. I could see it go either way. I think ED's going to take it, though, because just while RW did have this recent explosive week, ED's just overall been more consistent with the exception of TN, but RW isn't exactly known for their consistency across the board either, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Royals versus GT. Gotta give it to Royals. They've just been insane. They get, like, not to knock GT or anything, like, they have been on that win streak until they fought my team, but
All right.
you know, I just feel like Royals overall is just in a much better place unless someone stops working, because then who are they going to swap Deborah in for, you know?
True.
Rugrats versus my team, I would give the advantage to Rugrats, because holy shit, Goten has just been bonkers recently. Let alone, like, whatever else they could do. Like, Aurelie? Aurelie's been weirdly on the down low this season, to be honest.
She's been
though.
kind of, on and off. It's been weird.
Kaiju versus Sentai, they have the home map 2 of the 3 times, assuming Sentai doesn't 2-0 them. And like, it's just a really tough matchup in general because like all their ults except for Jiren's are rushes.
True.
Like even if they do have Jason, it's a really tough matchup there.
All right. I'm gonna give
Destiny, you talk.
yes,
Oh yeah.
I talk
you go.
first. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
Alright.
you're coming
Run them
through.
through.
We
Big names.
should have had you talk first to begin with. Sorry.
Alright.
My bad.
ED, RW. I honestly think ED might actually lose this.
Okay.
With just how like hard RW's been like pulling out stuff recently. Royals and GT. I'm going to have to give it to Royals, but I wouldn't be surprised if GT can pull out a win, or well, technically 2 wins. Rugrats and Derp. I actually think you can win this, Fiora, but I will say I think the map will make it a bit harder to win this, because with how big the under area is, Scatterfinger or Salsa is not going to be as great as normal.
Well, a lot of jank just happens on those space maps. That's why I hate freeze a ship now.
Yeah,
It's
and
bad.
Kaiju
Yes.
versus Sentai. I actually think this will come down to whether or not they do go ape, because if they do, it will come down to whether or not Jiren is still alive, and the rest of them just use like B2s that aren't rushes. So hopefully, say a woman's either not coming in or dead at that point. But
It gets down to say a woman versus a giant at the end. Just GG. The Sentai just loses that.
I mean, there are some occasions where say one has done well versus apes. It's just on paper it's not. So I'm going to
As
have
bad
to
of a
go.
matchup as Herc versus an ape.
I actually will say Sentai will take a round, but Kaiju will win overall. I can
Okay.
see all of these going to 3 rounds.
Fair. My locked in Matrix predictions that are always right. ED versus RW. ED is going to 2-0, and they're going to make it to muscle. Royals versus GT. Royals, it's going to be 3, and I think it's going to be GT taking it all. West Kai, we're going to have Rugrats versus Derp. I'm going to think it's... Ooh, this is the toughest one. My calibration might be off because Fiora's here. I don't know. I'm going to give it to Rugrats. Don't know the number of rounds, but I'm going to say Rugrats. South Kai, Kaiju versus Sentai. I'm going to give Kaiju the 3, and I think it's Kaiju on that one. Kaiju wins the first round.
Alright.
Oh, I forgot to say who won the first round, but it was fine. It's fine. It's fine.
What? No. The playoffs
Hmm?
haven't happened. Playoffs haven't happened yet.
That's what I'm saying. The first round of the
Yeah.
the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I was gonna give a prediction on who will win the first round, but it's fine.
I mean,
But
I was just giving a prediction overall.
I was
Yeah,
giving
make
you the
this-
overall prediction too.
Because,
Like I wasn't.
to be fair, this is not happening next week.
True. LVP is next week. The week after that is first rounds. So
We just wanted I just put this in so we could get our predictions out of the way. And
there will be no capsule cast next week.
there will be no Capsule cast next week, as I think some of us want to break. I will basically just put the LVP with the playoffs.
Yep.
Also, there's not a lot you can talk about with the LVP on its own.
Unless you want like a 10-20 minute capsule cast, we could do it. I could stretch it
mean-
out. We could talk about a little
I mean,
conspiracy talk.
I mean, to be fair, with enough people, we could, but
I don't think a lot of people want to be for that.
or
cast,
specifically LVP.
I don't know. We'll make it fun. We'll make it fun.
We'll make this second fun. But also, I want to say I did not make a side for this, but I did want to say that we have the Kais decided.
Yeah, I can read them off if you want. If you
Uh,
don't want to.
yeah. I'll read them off real quick because I'll just do that. I'm the one that brought it up anyway. So we have in North Kai we have Cold Kingdom, Hybrids, Androids, and Royals. Fun fact is, even though Hybrids, Androids, and Cold all have the same record, Cold won versus both of them, so they are technically number 1 in the league right now in terms of for next season. With Hybrids and then Androids and Royals would not have been North Kai if Kaiju or actually if Kaiju or Cinema won that. I think it was like more of a circle base, but
Well, if Kaiju won, they would be 10-5, so they wouldn't even.
Yeah, if Kaiju won, they'd be 10-5. If Cinema won, they'd be the same record as Royals, and get into North Kai if Kaiju still lost. Yada yada. East Kai we have, and my God, I'm going to hate this East Kai next season. We have Kaiju, Sentai, Cinema, and Rugrats. Anything surprising there?
That 3 South Kai teams are now in East Kai.
I remember during the stream asking, hey, is Kaiju, Sentai, and Cinema in the same kind next year?
Yep.
And lo and behold.
Fun fact, I face all of these teams again, because in 2021, I was in the Kai with the 3 R's, so West Kai.
Well, hey, you got a lot of experience fighting.
That's
so
true.
Good luck.
For West Kai, we have GT, Derp, Muscle, and Earth Defenders. And I want to ask, Fiora, how do you feel about that?
Honestly, it's very weird because Muscle and Earth Defenders haven't been too solid this year, but anything can happen between now and the start of 2023.
That is true.
And GT, coming off of that elite performance Salsa just had, I'm feeling a little more confident against them.
But you also never know, coming off of off-season. You never know if a trade happens or not, or a loan happens, you know?
Yeah, for all you know, Derp next year could have 19 or Cyborg Tower, or someone else entirely.
For all you know, GT next year could have Super 17, they could have regular 17, they could have Cell, for all you know.
No way are they getting Cell.
They could. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying they could.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying there's no way androids are dropping their consistently best guy.
Now, I'm not gonna spread any, false rumors, but if you do want to join androids, next season might be a crazy one, because next season we might have 17 Cell and 13. Keep that in mind.
Who never knows? And South Kai. Wow. There's certain teams here that are gonna have a lot of money.
A lot of cash for a lot of strong teams.
RW and Namek, Bujins and Budokai. Bujins, Namek, and RRW are going to have a lot of money, and Budokai will have a lot of money again.
I wonder if they're going to do what we did last season in South Kai, where we tried to pretend like we were all going to get like different ones, different FAs, and then we all betrayed each other. That was fun.
I mean, I don't think any of us trusted each other other than like maybe a certain person. I don't know. I don't remember. That was like
I was
several
planning
months.
on stabbing you in the back from the beginning, yes. It was not a question in my heart.
You were planning on stabbing me in the back because you didn't get adult Gohan.
Yes. It was very sad when Kaiju got more Zenny than me. I had to take
I'm pretty sure when Kaiju said whenever... Actually, you know what? That was certain months ago. I would rather end this cast before my stuff goes out again.
Yeah.
So...
Let's just end this now before Destiny's computer explodes into a black hole.
Alright guys, thank you for watching this Capsule Cast. Join the Discord down below if you want to hear more of these nonsensical talks, and hit the watch party up. Join the web, or look at the website if you want to learn more about DBZ League in general. Go to TikTok for the shorts, and subscribe to our YouTube page. Obviously, we love the engagement, and comment down below.
Don't forget to hit that notification bell.
Do that. I've been your host Anthony with my co-host Destiny.
What's up? And see you. Also, our guest Fiora.
Oh, and our guest Fiora. I was
you almost ended it.
I was getting to him. You said goodbye. I was just trying to give you.
Oh no! I said my goodbye.
All right, and then
cut. We're done recording.
Bye guys. Bye.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.
I didn't end recording yet. I was waiting for his goodbye. Okay,
Just cut this part out. Just cut this part